What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So, first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So the question remains, y'all. Is it time for the NBA to move on from LeBron James? And I know some of y'all might ask, why are you asking that question, Mac? The reason why I ask that is because, I spend my time looking at other YouTube channels' content, and I watch and I want to listen to what people got to say involving the NBA season and all that type of stuff. I like listening to people talk about sports, something that I'm very invested in and I love a lot, right? And so there is this anti-LeBron James channel. It's a lot of them out there, a lot of them that I just glance at and see what they saying and what they talking about. So I look in the comment section of this anti-LeBron James channel, and somebody says, can the NBA move on from Queen James? Can they finally move on from Queen James? Throwing slight at LeBron with the Queen part, right? And then I saw another comment that said, honestly, the fans of the NBA need to move on. That's the truth. How you going to tell the fans what they need to move on from? If it's clamor for that man, it's clamor for him. You can't tell him to move on because you don't like it. The rest of the world likes it. So it is what it is, right? Then I see another comment that says, the nightmare is almost over. The nightmare is almost over. LeBron James has been a nightmare for them. They tired of talking about him. They tired of talking about him. Why can't the NBA just move on? It's time. They need to just give it up and pack it up and send the old man home packing. So the question to that answer is no. The NBA cannot move on from LeBron James. No, it is not time to move on from LeBron James. It won't be time to move on from LeBron James until he officially retires. Because at nearly 39 years old, he's still the face of the NBA. He's still the face of the league. He may not be the best player in the league anymore, but he still is the face, right? The league is struggling to find another American superstar to replace the star power of LeBron James. Let me repeat what I just said. The league, the NBA, is still struggling to find another American superstar to replace the star power of LeBron James. And when I said that, I left a comment under that video and said that. And when I said that, somebody responded to me and said, yeah, Americans. He was like, Americans pretty shitty at basketball, saying that the Americans are shitty at basketball now, right? He said, keep looking for that next American superstar. And I responded to it like this, man. Let's be for real. You can say all you want to. You can say, I'm American and I'm biased or whatever. I don't care what you're talking about. I know this sport. I know the demographics of this sport. I paid attention to what keeps the needle moving. You know what I mean? I had a degree in communications. Not saying because I got a degree, I'm more qualified than others. But it has trained me to be more, like really focus in more and hone in more on what moves the needle. The truth is, American superstars move the needle in the NBA the same way American heavyweight champions move the needle for boxing. What do I mean by that? Boxing will only go as far as the heavyweight division, right? As great as Floyd Mayweather was, boxing was never at its height outside of him. You know what I mean? It wasn't in the glory days past the time that an American was a heavyweight champion. When a dominant American was the heavyweight champion, that's when boxing was thriving and at its best. The same way about the NBA. NBA is going to be thriving and at its best when an American superstar is at the helm, a generational, transcendent NBA American superstar is at the helm. That's when the NBA is going to be at its best, which is why LeBron is still talked about so heavy. He's an American superstar, and we have yet to see another American superstar reach the same type of level as him or overtake him. Just think about it, man. All the faces of the league we've seen. We've seen Michael Jordan. We've seen Magic Johnson. We've seen, we really had no face for real after Mike for a while. It was several faces. You had several. You had Shaquille O'Neal. You had Allen Iverson. You had guys like Kobe Bryant. And then you had a guy pick up the torch from there, LeBron James. When has a non-American player really been a face of the league? Think about it. All the great non-American players we've seen, from Yao Ming to Dirk Nowitzki to Hakeem Olajuwon to Giannis Antetokounmpo now, to Luka Doncic, to who else? We've seen, what's the young boy? Nikola Jokic, right? We've seen all these different non-American superstars, but they've never been a face of the league. And it's a reason for that, man. It's a reason for that. They don't, I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe they don't possess the je ne sais quoi, They don't possess that type of aura to galvanize the American public. And I think the ratings would take a huge boost if you get an American dude that is equal tier to LeBron James, or even better, or somebody that has that same type of hype, or even better. We haven't seen that yet. You know, for years, the media has tried to replace LeBron James. They've had these narratives that Kawhi Leonard was the next one. He was the second coming of Kobe Bryant. He was like Michael Jordan. He was clutch like Mike. We had these stumblings that Kevin Durant was the second coming. He was the future of the league. He was the future star. He was what the American public needed to move on from LeBron James, right? We seen Zion Williamson be talked about like he was the next chosen one. Like he was the future best thing for the league, American-wise, right? In American fashion, right? We saw people thinking, hey, John Morant might be next up, etc. None of those guys are the face of the league. They have yet to be that. Kawhi is too introverted. He's been hurt a lot recently, right? And he also lost a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. You know, and LeBron has that meltdown against, in the 2011 meltdown against the Dallas Mavericks for sure. But it really all leads up to Kawhi is too introverted. He's been hurt a lot recently. And he ain't been around like that. The longevity hasn't been there the way LeBron's longevity of dominance has been. Kevin Durant, even though Kawhi's a 2-time champion, Kevin Durant, he's not media savvy. He's not friendly at all for the most part. He cusses out the media every chance he gets. And he doesn't have the same star power as LeBron James. He's not as marketable as LeBron, even though he got 2 championships. And also, Kevin Durant has never really been like what people feel like. He's never been the driver of the bus for a championship the way LeBron James has. Zion, he loves porn stars. He's always hurt as well. So he is yet to be able to, we have yet to see him be the face of the league because he's been hurt. And then I don't know if you love porn stars like that, how much that's going to be bode well for your marketability as the face of the league. I don't know. But I think, you know, he just hasn't been healthy enough to see a long stretch of dominance from him. John Morant, he want to be NBA young boy. He want to be King Von. So since you want to be shoot 'em up, bang, bang, ultra mega gangster, super predator. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. Because I don't like that word that Hillary Clinton them put on black folks, right? But yeah, he want to be that, so it ain't going to work. The media has been trying to replace LeBron James for a long time, and this shit has not worked, y'all. It's not. Because that dude, I don't know, his star power is different. Somebody brought up Steph Curry. Well, we need to move on. We got Steph. Steph is goddamn almost the same. Like, he is not too far behind LeBron James in age. For real. And even at Steph's height, when he was the, what do you call that? Unanimous MVP. Unanimous, right? Back-to-back MVP seasons, LeBron James still came back and beat him and took a 3-1 lead from him and overcame him still. And his star power rose even more after that. LeBron's star power rose mega. And then, you know, the 2018 run that LeBron had, even though he got swept by Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors, that run was phenomenal, him getting them to the finals after Kyrie's departure. And the way he had to put off a lot of heroics for them to win, because, let's be for real, it was games where Kyle Korver was his second best option, not even Kevin Love. You know what I mean? So, and I love Steph. Steph is a top 10 player all time, right? But when Steph walk in a room and LeBron in a room, it's just different. It is, man. Like, I promise y'all, there's a reason why them finals was so heavily rated with Steph and LeBron and all them. I don't know. And not saying that Steph is not a star in his own right, but even Stephen A. Smith and them tell you, and he's been critical of LeBron recently, it's just different when LeBron James come in that room. It is. You can't deny that. Another thing I think that makes LeBron such a focal point for the NBA, he is a polarizing individual. Polarity, if that's a word I should use in that sentence. Polarity, you know, being polarizing, it helps with your star power. Look at a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who I brought up earlier in this video. Floyd Mayweather was absolutely polarizing. He had a lot of people love him to death. A lot of people hate him. Same with LeBron James. A lot of people love LeBron. A ton of people hate LeBron, right? And people are going to watch you because they're rooting for you, or they're going to watch you because they want to see you fail. That's the case with LeBron James. Some people want to keep seeing him rack up finals losses. Some want to see him piling on to the ring count that he has, right? Some people want to see him adding to his legacy. Some people can't wait to detract from it. So they love to see the losses. So when you have a person like that who is that polarizing, who keeps the fans on the edge of their seat, who keeps the fans engaged like that, he going to still be the face. At nearly 39 years old, he's still a Los Angeles Lakers best player. He's still a best player. That says a lot. It speaks volume about who he is as a player and what he's accomplished. Anthony Davis should be clear away the best player on this team, and he's not. In a lot of superstars' final years, they were not putting up the numbers that LeBron James has been putting up. Right now, LeBron James is averaging 24 points per game on 55% shooting. He's averaging 8 rebounds a game, 5 assists a game, right? So that's great. Now, some would say, well, he's doing it in this soft NBA with the soft defense. Well, the late, great Kobe Bryant was playing in the 2016. That was his last year, 2016, right? And a lot of people said that defense was soft and LeBron was getting off in that defense because it was soft defense and LeBron, it was just super soft for LeBron and all of that. So if the defense was soft back then for LeBron in 2016, defense was soft for Kobe too. Kobe shot a whopping 35% from the field, which is horrific, okay? Shot 28% from 3, averaged 17 points a game, right? Compare that to what I just said about LeBron James. LeBron James ain't shooting no 35%. He's shooting 55% from the field, averaging 24 a game, right? 24 a game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 34 minutes of play. 34 minutes of play, man. So, yeah, man, it speaks volume about that dude and who he is as a player and the fact that he's still that dude. He's still that dude, and he showed y'all that against the LA Clippers a couple of games ago. Still being able to put up big-time games and deliver clutch performances like that. It is what it is, man. You can love him, you can hate him all you want to. He's here to stay until he retires because we can't find nobody to overtake dude. Dude still takes up the headlines, not because the media is trying to prop him up. The media would love to get somebody else going, especially the NBA. They would love to get another American superstar they can gloviate about. They want to because they know LeBron James is getting older and it helps their brand if they have another dude to carry their torch. They've been trying. They've been trying to tell you Kawhi Leonard was the one. He not the one. He not the one, dog. He not. He letting James Harden come over there and disrupt the offense. Oh, unless you're going to get into that into a whole nother video, right? Lost their 3-1 lead against the dang on Denver Nuggets. He hasn't been healthy, right? KD. And, you know, he want to get out of this situation, get out of that situation. Say what you want about LeBron James. He's played out all his contracts. KD forcing trades left and right. Wanted to get the hell up out of here, get the hell up out of there. 1 minute he liked it there, 1 minute he hated there. He's not friendly to the media. He hasn't won a chip in his own, where he was a driver, where he was sitting in the driver's seat, right? He was the MVP in the finals with Golden State, but we all know that was Steph Curry's team now, right? Yeah, the NBA would love to move on and get somebody else in as another American dude as the top guy, but they can't. They trying to search high and low, far and wide to find the next American superstar. Wemby is up next, but he's not American. Yeah, people gonna watch, but I'm telling y'all, man, the needle gonna move better when it's an American dude from American soil. When it's a dude that got the je ne sais quoi, like a inner city dude, you know, from around the way that people can like gravitate to and love. Not even just inner city, but yeah, just a dude from America. You know, people, I don't know, for whatever reason, the NBA is most popular when we got American dudes in the mix. So they still trying to find that dude, and they have yet to do it. So it's not time for the NBA to move on from LeBron James. If they smart, they're going to keep doing it because LeBron going to keep driving in the revenue for him. He going to keep driving in the billions of dollars, right? He going to keep driving in the billions of dollars for the networks, for network television, all of that. A lot of the dudes made careers off being critical of LeBron James. A lot of dudes made careers off of being LeBron James' confidant reporter. A lot of dudes made their careers and buttered their bread or made their name from being a guy who talked about LeBron and his and his upcomings, Brian Windhorst, Chris Broussard, was with LeBron and was reporting on LeBron, had great access to LeBron at the very beginning of LeBron's career in Cleveland. Chris Broussard being an Ohio native, you know what I mean? He was able to get into that inner circle and talk about LeBron. He hasn't been in this inner circle, been able to, what's the word I'm looking for? He hasn't been able to intercept. I don't know. Is that the right word? He hasn't been able to get into the inner circle like that recently, but he was, you know? So yeah, man, what's the other dude I feel like? Dave McMenamin. He was a guy that reported on Bron a lot, especially LeBron's second tenure in Cleveland. Yeah, so he drives the needle. Look how much billions of dollars the city of Cleveland lost. But they lost millions and millions. Was it $1 billion or millions of dollars they lost when LeBron James left Cleveland, Ohio? Because he brought so much revenue to that city, man. People was coming to the game. Celebrities coming to Cleveland to watch the Cavs play because LeBron James was there, man. So, yeah, they ain't going to move on. It's not time for them to move on. They're going to get all the bread they can get out of this LeBron James being great situation, especially out of his age. Because it is a phenomenal thing to see a dude nearly 39 years old balling like that. Still being the face of the league, still being the face of his team. You know what I mean? And the team is still looked at as, hey, they a playoff contending team. If they got everything right, if people are healthy, maybe they can make noise. So, yeah, man, they not going to move on from him at all. Because, again, when you a non-American player has never been the face of the league. I love Tim Duncan. Tim was never the face. He was a great player, but he was never the face. He wasn't. He black. He from the Virgin Islands. He was never the face. And he was just like a stoic individual. He didn't have flash and pizzazz. He didn't have the je ne sais quoi to the Kevin Garnett, Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal. He didn't have the flair that they had. Even the Kobe Bryant, he didn't have that. So I don't think Giannis, Joel Embiid, or any of them going to ever have that flair. They're going to be great to watch. I think I love watching Giannis, right? But it's just something about them dudes with the American swagger on them, out there balling, that gets the crowd get the crowd on the edge of their seat. They get them anticipating watching these dudes play. Yes, you're going to love watching Giannis. You love watching Luka Doncic because he got an American-friendly style with the crossovers and the jump shooting and all of that is flashy. But again, man, it's still a disconnect because he's not American. If he was doing that and he was Kyrie Irving, oh, shit. You feel me? It'd be on one. You know, Kyrie, people thought Kyrie was going to be next. He was sitting games out, having certain issues or whatever. Didn't want to take the COVID vaccine, so he missed games. People looked at him as a standoffish individual who was hard to get along with, etc. They look at him as what's the word I'm looking for? Not maligned. They looked at him as like of an enigma in a certain way, right? So, yeah, man, I think, is enigma the right word? What does enigma mean? Let me look that up while I'm saying this word. I think enigma. I think that's the right word. Enigma. Definition, enigma. Enigma is a person or thing that is mysterious, puzzling, or difficult to understand. Yes, Kyrie Irving has been an enigma, right? So LeBron James has been the most consistent American player, consistently great, consistently dominant for the longest of time. Regardless of finals wins and losses, he's been dominant in his play. End of story.